It's preseason, and I am your broadcast host tonight. My name is Stephen Hacker, along with Dan Mitchell. And with us tonight on Stats is Dave Axis and Robert Garrett Jr. Thank you guys for being here. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Carolina, who struggled last season, is going to face off against Seattle, who really played well. Dan, I'm going to kick it to you for some key points. How do you see this game going tonight?
I'm hoping for an interesting preseason game coming out here. Last season, Carolina had the best season, 2-10. Seattle coming off some strong momentum at 10-2. But you never know. It's the preseason, new teams. Carolina picking up, the round one pick, 2 defensive end, Riley Combs, as long as, their new wide receiver, Flash Furman, and their cornerback, Davis Joseph. So they're not the only ones. Seattle also picked up their free agents Nick Castle at wide receiver, their pick 19 cornerback Ray Zor, and another free agent Pete Mitchell at free safety. So people got some new things going on, and we'll have to see.
Yeah, a lot of players tonight here getting their first shots beyond the field. Unofficial, won't go towards the record book, but a good chance for the coaches to see their players in action against professional level players. Ball is on the tee. Hand is up. Kick is away. Let's get action going. Good kick. Fielded at the 5. Going to be brought out. A spin move. Tackled at the 27-yard line. Rookie Nick Castle is going to be taking on return duties this season. And
now
that's where...
Oh, my bad, Steven.
Going to take a look now at Jock Lewandula in this Tyrants offense. Tyrants wearing the blue tops, Carolina with the white. 1st and 10. It's going to be a toss to Sandlin, who cuts it up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, but is only going to get 1 yard. Great effort by the defensive line.
Yeah, we're expecting a lot of Zach Sandlin this season. Halfback for Seattle had 301 carries last season with 1,500 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. We're hoping to see a lot. And, 2 years ago, he had Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year. So, well, let's see.
Empty backfield. Lewandula's under center. Takes a quick drop. Takes a deep shot down the left side. And that pass is tipped. Trevon Prasad's going to knock that one down. It looked like Sandlin was the intended target.
I would say that was a bit of a risky throw out there, Steven. I saw a lot more Skyhawks than I did Tyrants out there.
Yeah, and I think Seattle felt comfortable in the coverage with their matchup. Looked like man-to-man, and the linebacker matched up well with Sandlin. So that brings up a 3rd and 9. Difficult situation on your opening drive. Lewandula under center, quick drop, throws the quick, fires it left side, and that's completed to senior the 3rd, but he's short of the 1st down.
Yeah, it was a real nice slant, trying to get up the middle. I see what they're trying to do. Bit overthrown, but senior managed to rail it right in, but just got tackled right before the 1st down. We got to see what they're going to do now. Probably punting it away. We'll get to see the Skyhawks offense on the field.
Yeah, and a 3 and out on your opening drive. And these preseason playbooks, they are kind of vanilla. The coaches are looking to fine-tune their playbook, so you may see some stuff that may not happen in the regular season. Nice punt fielded by Harish Prasad, and he's a little slow getting up, but makes his way. A little bit of a scare there. And that's where we're going to see Sully Richardson, man. I'm excited to see how he can play this season.
Oh yeah, he was throwing out pretty big. 2775 pass yards last season, 18 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. You go back and forth, but we got to see what they can do.
Yeah, he's got to improve that plus minus. Handoff to the fullback. He's going to get 1 yard. I'm sorry, that's running back Logan Jack that's going to get the carry there.
Yeah, with the generic playbook, we gotta see, because Logan Jack came out last season with over 1,000 yards, but he didn't get that much showtime, and Tony Zoma got next to none.
So now a 2nd and 9. Sully Richardson changes the play at the line. Seattle's bunched in tight, trying to match up well with all these guys on the line of scrimmage. And it's another handoff to Logan Jack, and he's met This time he loses a yard, so great push up front. That's Jukin Rukin that's going to get the tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Steven, that Tyrants defense was really pushing up on that press and stopped that play before it got anywhere and pushed them even back.
So now a 3rd and long for Carolina. Both teams struggling to get going early. 3 receivers to the left. Good protection in the pocket. He dumps it down quick to Logan Jack, who's going to get met in the backfield and another loss of yards. Pete Mitchell, the rookie, comes up and makes the play.
Yeah, that was a hard just shoulder tackle right there. Both teams have gotten nowhere in both of their opening drives. We're really seeing the defense coming out to play as Carolina's going to punt it right back.
Yeah, quick 3 and outs for both teams. Didn't even get a chance to introduce the offense. So I promise to get to that right now on this Tyrants possession. Punts fielded, another nice punt, but this one's going to be returned by Nick Castle for about 4 yards. Seattle's going to take over at their own 39-yard line. Seattle is led by their quarterback Jacques Luyendula, halfback Zach Sandlin, wide receivers Mason Kirby Jr., Senior the third, Nick Castle, and tight end Tristan Carr. You might hear me call Junior Senior the third JS3 through the broadcast. Luyendula changes the play at the line. One receiver to the bottom of the screen. It's a handoff to Sandlin up the middle. Plows forward for 3 before he's brought down by, looks like linebacker 47. Not quite seeing it on the sheet here. I apologize. Let's give it to Willie Van Dyke, number 40. And Luyendula now is under center, 2nd and 7. Split backfield. Clock's running, 7:30 left in the first quarter. Checks down to Sandlin out in the flats, who's got to work for it. Loses 2 yards. Great coverage by the Skyhawks, and Shervon Prasad gets the tackle for a loss.
Yeah, when they checked it down, Sandlin had no momentum going for him at all, which just led to him being slapped down. We're not used to seeing Sandlin getting pushed down so much. Maybe we'll see him break away a bit more from some tackles.
He is a bit of a workhorse. I think he gets stronger as the game goes on. But another 3rd down for the Tyrants. And Luyendula is moving around the pocket. But throwing on the move, but misfires and misses his target. Was looking for Castle there.
Yeah, Nick Castle wide open, ready for the ball. I guess when Luyendula was just out of the pocket, his arm went right off and overthrown. Now they're 4th and 9. Gonna probably punt it, and we're seeing just some back and forth. Good job on both defenses, though.
Yeah, both offenses are having a really hard time getting the ball going. And Luyendula changed direction twice on that play. Initially wanted to roll out to the left and then had to change direction and rolled out to the right. Maybe just kind of got his feet mixed up and couldn't aim at his target, and it fell flat. The punt's away. There was no pressure there. This time Prasad makes a move, but ends up only getting 3. So the Skyhawks, they wanted to run the ball, it seemed like, there on that first possession, trying to get Logan Jack involved early. Maybe take a shot to your wide receivers. They've got their quarterbacks Sully Richardson and receivers Flash Furman, Shea Carroll, and Harish Prasad, as well as tight end Jack Flash. So they got some weapons at the receiving position. From the 23-yard line, Sully takes a quick drop, dumps it out to Logan Jack, who lowers his shoulder, gets 1.
Bit surprised they gave him that 1, but he got brought down real quick. Both teams, I know, generic playbook and all, seem to love this checking out to the side. I haven't really been pulling out much. I'm really expecting maybe just a splash play, a bomb or two, maybe something else. You always have Harish Prasad in Carolina, someone who just makes a huge play.
Carolina's got a lot of protection up on the line of scrimmage, but Sully drops back to throw. A little bit of a duck, but it drops it in over the head of the defender. Great catch. And that's Sievert who's going to get the reception.
That was not exactly what I was expecting, but, ugly ball. Great catch, though, right there by Sievert. Gets brought down immediately. Great job by the secondary, wrapping him up. But, you had 2 men ready for the ball right down the middle. Got to give it to Sully Richardson for making something out of not much.
And this time, 1st and 10, 3 yards away from the 50. Richardson changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Again, a lot of protection up front. The handoff to Logan Jack, changes direction, works forward, gets 2 on that carry. And let's cover the Tyrants defense. We haven't got to the defense yet. They have defensive ends Jukin Rukin, Ghibli Du, who's a transfer over from Tulsa. They got defensive tackle Denzel Maverick. They've got linebackers E.K. Vincent and Slyn Shady. Corners Razor and Iverson Gamble, and safeties Pete Mitchell, Mahmoud Ajloni, and Kane Vasquez. On a 2nd and 8, Richardson scrambles, throws to the left side, opposite side of the field, and the reception's going to lose a couple of yards as Logan Jack gets brought down again behind the line of scrimmage.
I really think Richardson got pressed out of the pocket there, didn't see any good options out in front of him, and then got pressed off to the side to Jack, which was no good as someone was covering. You know, this defense is really just covering up all of Carolina's options.
Now 3rd and long. Richardson takes a shot. Nice throw. Completed to Harish Prasad, who gets out to the 34-yard line. Tackle was made by Kane Vasquez.
You know, there we go. We got some, you know, it's 1s and 2s, but that's what's putting them down the field right now. Throw it to someone like Harish Prasad, who had just under 1,000 yards last season and 11 touchdowns. You know, he's a primary receiver over there at Carolina.
So a fresh set of downs in positive territory. Carolina's moving here. Empty backfield. 4 wide receivers. Richardson with a quick drop, throws to the right side. Wide receivers open, and he's going to take it in. Shea Carroll gets the first touchdown of the day.
Shea Carroll coming over from Charleston, first season over here at the Carolina Skyhawks, and first touchdown for the team in the preseason. Bringing off to a great start right there for Carolina.
Yeah, Carroll was an acquisition in the offseason, so it's good to see him and Sully Richardson maybe working something out, trying to find a rhythm. Maybe that's something for Carolina to look for later on in the season. That looked like a great play. I mean, perfect throw, dropped it right over the defender's head, and it was nothing but room for Shea Carroll to score. So the extra point was good, and now, 7-0. Seattle has looked flat. They need to come out, and I think they need to answer, or they may find themselves in a hole. Looks like, two 3-and-outs for Seattle. Punts both times. Looks like they've only got about 10 total yards of offense. So been a really, really rough first quarter for Seattle.
It's something to get going and something quick. Leondula has -2 yards with 1 completion. They're running up now. You never know what Sandlin can make out of it, though. I'm expecting Sandlin to have at least 1 big play this game, and maybe the defense to make some big turnover with the stacked defense they have. We were talking about it before the game even started. They took some great acquisitions and really just beefed up their entire defensive standpoint.
Yeah, it's great. And then while we're talking about defenses, let's introduce the Skyhawks defense. They have their first-round picks, Riley Combs, defensive tackles Phil Hall and Christopher Colon. Lewandula is changing the play. We got linebackers Forrest Stark and Shervon Prasad. The handoff is to Sandlin to the right side. Runs over a linebacker. Gets downfield trying to truck a safety. Gets about 13 yards before he's brought down by Zane. Oh, no, that's not Zane Doty. That is Rochelle Colston.
And that is the Sandlin that we are used to seeing. The one that's not afraid to put down his shoulder, throw out a stiff arm, and just knock some defenders down. He'll get that first down while dragging everyone there with him.
And the secondary for the Skyhawks, you have corners Zane Doty and Davidson Joseph, and safeties Rochelle Colston and Tristan Hatley. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Lewandula's in the shotgun all alone. Nice pressure up front, evades the defender, but he's eventually sacked. Great pressure by the Skyhawks defense. Dylan Church gets the sack. First one of the day.
Yeah, coming out right there. He had nowhere to go. Leondula avoided the first tackle very well, but you can't keep going like that forever when you're just wide open in the pocket. You got to do something with the ball or else sack's going to happen.
Yeah, Cologne really opened up that gap for Church to go through. I mean, just pretty much demolished the center, and then Church just had to track down Lewandula. Great effort up front in the trenches. On a 2nd and 16, they hand off to Sandlin, hitting the backfield, almost got away, but he's going to lose a couple of yards.
Yeah, as you were just saying, Steven, Carolina's really been opening up this offensive line and getting to this backfield. They're pushing back, putting pressure on the quarterback, stopping Sandlin as soon as he can even grab the ball, putting a stop to plays before they even start, which is great to stop all of Seattle's possible momentum.
Seattle's showing pass with Lewandula alone in the shotgun. Carolina's ready for it. They're in a dime 3-2-6. Deep shot to the right side, wide open. This one's caught. He's going to take it. Mason Kirby down the sideline. Can he get in? He does. Touchdown, Seattle.
If you got one big play to answer to, you answer right back, and Seattle is not stepping down. They were back 3rd and 18. They knew they had to make a big play, and they knew they had the weapons to make it. Mason Kirby, been with the team for 5 seasons. The whole 5 seasons he's been with the league. Last year, he had 9 touchdowns, and he's showing that he's still ready to do the work. He was wide open. They were trying to play out to the zone, but he got right off to the side, close enough to the sideline, but not too close, so he stayed in, and he had plenty of room to work with, made it all the way back there.
It's an explosive play. Those are the kinds of plays that Seattle's going to need. If you're going to rely heavily on your running back, sometimes you need a splash play, and that was a great look down the sideline to Kirby, who just got behind the zone, was wide open, and just nobody there to stop him. 2 big passing plays for both of these teams. Scores tied up 7-7. 2:24 left in the first quarter. I want to give some chat shout outs while we got a little bit of downtime. We got Packer Fred. I see Minson Mind, the Brown Knight, the Trash Car, Derek 900, Whistle 512, Nick Castle, Dax of the Flame, Ghibli Doo. We see you guys. Thanks for being in here. Good punting, or a good kick again. Fielded at the 5 for Prasad, who's going to spin, get out to the 28-yard line. Fairly decent return.
Yeah, and speaking of kicks, both teams got rookie kickers for their teams. Carolina got Wally Herman, and Seattle got Whistle Jones. So both teams trying to, extend their range on their kickers, probably by enlisting some star kickers.
Yeah, and with the roster expansion, special teams kind of got a bump in value. So a lot more teams have them on their roster. And first down, Sully Richardson throws out to the left side, completed for 5 yards. That's Prasad again. Has got a good repertoire with Richardson, building on what they had last season.
Showing up some, as you were saying, just some great back and forth. They know each other, and then Harish Prasad showing some veterancy, some great toe drag swag right there in the corner, making sure he stays in, picking up that nice 5 yards off to the sideline.
So 2nd and 5. Good start to the first down for the Skyhawks. At the 33-yard line, 2 minutes to go. Quick check down to Logan Jack. Gets met at the line of scrimmage, doesn't get anything. And Iverson Gamble, the corner, is going to get the tackle.
Yeah, Iverson Gamble, 44 total tackles last season. Seems like he's pretty hungry, coming up to a big team defense, and he wants it all.
So right now, Carolina's 50% on their 3rd down conversions. On a 3rd and 5, Richardson with a quick drop. He's hit as he throws, and it falls incomplete. Jukin Rukin with the pressure. Great stat there provided by Robert Garrett Jr., as well as Dave Axis. Great to have you guys on the call with us tonight, providing these wonderful stats. So the incompletion stops the clock. 4th and 5. The punter is standing on his own 17-yard line. A little bit of pressure, almost blocked. Punts away. Good hang time, fielded at about the 27-yard line. No return.
Both teams getting set up for a real good drive. They're tied. Minute 24 is still left in the first quarter. Steven, we got a real game on our hands, I think.
Yeah, which team really wants it tonight? The game plans are wide open, so it's really, I think it's going to be a matter of, where the ball falls and who wants it more. On first down, they have a stretch play to Sandlin to the right side, who trucks a defender, gets 4 yards before he's gang tackled. And Forrest Stark was there to help bring him down.
Yeah, the rookie Forrest Stark bring coming up big. You got all these rookies in the game. You got the expansion of the each roster, and you're seeing a bunch of rookies in the league now, and they got to make sure they make their name so the veterans don't forget about them.
Bunch receivers to the left. Lewandula's got 4 out there total. Quick check down. There's a bunch of curls. Mason Kirby on the reception gets 3. And Shervon Prasad's going to be there to make the tackle.
They're getting really pressured right now by Carolina. Seattle doesn't have much time to think, and I think that's putting a big, big stump on Luyendula and making him harder to find, I think, the plays he wants to make.
Counter play to Sandlin, who's barely gets the first down, but moves the chains for the Tyrants.
Sometimes forget about it, but halfback's just there to make the first down when you need them, and Zach Sandlin can definitely do that. Punching it right up the middle, it's really just pure horsepower at the end of the day for him, and he just punches on through and picks up that yard or two.
And the first down also brings an end to the first quarter. Skyhawks and Tyrants are tied at 7 here in Seattle. It's been a pretty interesting preseason, Dan. There's been a lot of action, a lot of wild things happening in these games, and I hope we get the same tonight here in this one.
Oh yeah, there was plenty of games. At least today, from what I saw, everything was popping off. A crazy preseason so far.
And Lewandula on the first down checks out to the fullback. He's going to get 5 before he's popped hard by Davidson Joseph, the rookie corner.
Yeah, right there. I wasn't expecting him to go all the way outside to the sideline, but it's what they were working with, and they got up to 5. It really seems like, I know generic playbook and all, but they're opening up their possibilities on Seattle and giving themselves options to push this play downfield.
Twins to the left. Looks like they're in the far. Lewandula checks out. Yep, throws down to Sandlin, who's going to stiff arm, and he's going to pick up 3.
Throwing it out to the side, Zach tried to stay in, it looked like, and he kept running even after it went out. But they're picking it up, 3rd and 2, can give it right back to Sandlin, or, throw a curveball at it and use one of their passing air game receivers.
Right. Maybe even throw, add a wrinkle into that and make it a play action. Maybe make the defense bite on Sandlin, because this is definitely a situation where he can make something happen. They do hand off to Sandlin. Oh, but he's met in the backfield. And Willie Van Dyke's going to have the tackle for a loss. So, again, great pressure by the Skyhawks defense tonight. The front 7 has been in the backfield all night long.
Oh, definitely. Carolina's been putting great pressure. Luyendula doesn't have many options, and the options he have come at him way too quick for him to process them. He's just in his pocket with too much pressure. Got to give some great shout-outs to Carolina for that one.
Punt was fielded at the 20, and they're going to mark. I'm sorry, it was fielded at the 15. Is brought out to the 20 by Harish Prasad. Solid returner. He's dangerous. He's multifaceted. The guy can score from all over the field on special teams and on offense. So a valuable weapon in the Skyhawks defense, as well as in the front office. Does great work in the front office and in the chat as an ambassador of SFL. Sully's under center, 4 wide receivers. Seattle looks like they're in the dime. Oh, shakes the pressure, but Jukin Rukin follows it up. Denzel Maverick was the first one there, but Rukin finishes him off, and it's another sack today.
Oh yeah, Jukin Rukin came in huge right there. Last season he had 8.5 sacks total. He's trying to add on to that for this season. They got a lot going on, as we constantly say so far this game for Seattle's defense, and they got to show up.
And I wonder if that's going to be a common thing with, I know a lot of fullbacks were drafted in this draft. Oh my goodness, that pass was almost intercepted. Mahmoud Ajloni just couldn't quite keep his hands on it, but falls incomplete. But Dan, to finish my thought, I wonder if, everybody's saying the fullbacks were the thing of the draft, but a lot of teams are going to have more defensive linemen now. And I wonder if pressure on passing and running plays are going to be affected by that, because, more power on the line. And so I'm curious if, pressure is going to be even more prevalent than it has been in the past. A 3rd and 16 solely with 3 wide receivers, drops back deep, takes a shot over the middle. Oh, couldn't quite throw it in there. Tried to lob it a little bit too much, and it falls incomplete. The Klein was the intended target. Didn't quite see who got the deflection though.
No, but that was actually, I think, a great response to both teams being pressured in the pocket. Sully doing the 7-step all the way back, giving themselves extra time. It did get deflected. But in response to your previous statement, I really think with the expansion of the roster expansion, with how many new defenders are being added to each team, I agree with you. I really think that with that, pressure is going to be huge. Definitely on the quarterback as people can add some more to their front.
Great point. Great point. And that punt was brought out to the 48-yard line, so short field for the Tyrants to get out there and make something happen. Still plenty of time in the second quarter, man. 9:13 to go. Both teams kind of scored some points, got kind of figured some stuff out, but got 5 total punts so far with only the 2 touchdowns, both on big passing plays of 34 yards plus. Again, great stat from Robert Garrett Jr. and Dave Axis. Thanks, guys, for being here with us. Seattle's in a power I right now, and they run a little toss to Sandlin, who's going to shed a tackle, and man, it takes 2 more to bring him down, but he gets 4.
Surprisingly, Sandlin only does have 19 yards in this game so far, but he hasn't been on fire yet. He is a late game player. At least I've seen him like that in the past. So who knows? Fourth quarter, he may just be trucking through everyone.
Bunch wide receivers to the right. Luandulo with the quick drop, throws it over the middle. It's caught by Mason Kirby. He's got the hot hand, picks up about 14, tackled by Rochelle Colston.
Yeah, that was a nasty throw right down the middle. I mean, nasty in a great way because he found Mason Kirby and he found him quick as he was coming through. Who knows? Honestly, it kind of looked like it was going to Nick Castle at first, and Mason Kirby said, "Whoa, that's mine," and kept
Yeah,
running
that's a
with
little
it.
bit of a vet move. Like, hey, calm your jets, Rook. Let me show you how to do this. Mason Kirby's a savage like that. Luandula with the first down. They're on the 28-yard line. Sandlin's the lone back. It's a delayed handoff to Sandlin. He's met by Sherron Prasad after gaining a yard.
It really seems like this Carolina defense is just whipping up almost everything Sandlin is trying to throw at them as they just put massive pressure on the front line. And as soon as he gets anywhere, he's just been getting thrown down.
Another handoff to Sandlin, who's working hard to get the yards, but Carolina's just coming up. They're committing to the run. A nice stop there by Tristan Hatley.
Yeah, Steve, I think this is really throwing some great evidence to your theory that, people are putting out, I'm seeing a lot more defensive star power on each team. And Sandlin, who is known to be someone who can truck through people, is just being thrown down. It's preseason, so nothing's set in stone yet, but maybe a premonition to something further to come.
Yeah, we will see how that progresses as the season goes on. A shotgun look for the Tyrants. Throw to the left side on the out routes, completed, gets the first down, about 7 yards, I'd say.
Yeah, JS3 out there on the sideline for the perfect out. Barely managed to stay in, but got the first down. They're on the 17 now. They're in the red zone and they're ready to play. Maybe we'll see something come out because still tie ball game right now with 7 minutes left in the second quarter.
No running back. Luandula with the quick drop, checks it down to Tristan Carr, who makes the reception but doesn't get any yards. Zane Doty was there to help Rochelle Colston make the tackle.
Yeah, Tristan Carr coming over from London. He's trying to make that nice play, but got brought down immediately as Carolina has been on their man coverage this entire time, as well as pressuring the pocket.
2 wide receivers now. Sandlin is the lone back, so bunch of tight ends out there for the Tyrants. A rollout to the left side for Luandula, who checks back to the right side. Looked for Mason Kirby, but didn't have his feet in bounds as he was falling out of bounds. The pass was a little bit behind him and couldn't reposition. And unfortunate play. He was there. The play was there for him.
Yeah, but that would have been a nasty catch. He was trying to just get that ball in general. It would have been a toe drag, jump into a dive for him to catch that ball.
So 3rd and 10. They're in field goal range. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Throws to the right side. Oh, that's caught. And Mason Kirby again. This guy's got the hot hand. Just keep feeding him the ball, and he's going to move the chains for you. Gets down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I really think they're trying to bring it in because if anyone saw the Las Vegas game that was on just earlier today, that game had 4 missed field goals. I don't think anyone wants a repeat of that.
4 missed. That's
They
yeah.
weren't even that far.
I wouldn't have any confidence either then. But with the 1st and goal from the 5, I feel very confident in Seattle's chances here of not having to kick a field goal. Lewandula changes something at the line, maybe adjusting the line shift, and Sandlin just reads his blocks. Nice zone read scheme there, and Sandlin's going to get in the end zone for his first touchdown of the day.
Yeah, Zach Sandlin sort of just looked like he was kind of shifting through the defense, trying to fit
Just
the
very
straight long
patient
block
behind
in
his line,
Tetris.
letting the blocks develop, and just as soon as he saw the hole, he exploded through it to get the points.
I mean, when you got someone, Zach Sandlin's no longer a rookie. He's been here for 3 seasons, his 3rd season. So I guess he's been here for 2. My math's a little off. But he still knows what he's doing as someone who can get some great production out of this team. Ball is up and good for a 14-point out. They are up by a full score as Carolina is going to get the ball back.
And Prasad's going to have the return. A little bit of a technical difficulty there. I apologize for that. Moving on. Prasad gets it out to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, let's see if Carolina can answer back after a great just general overall drive right there. Seattle now has 112 yards for Luyendula and 33 yards for Zach Sandlin.
Richardson with 3 receivers to the left. Delayed handoff to Logan Jack, and he loses a yard. And this time it's Denzel Maverick who's going to get the tackle for a loss.
Yeah, Logan Jack not having the best night so far. Plenty of games still left to play, though. -3 yards on his only 5 attempts, though. Who knows? Maybe he gets some big old run. He's been known. He has got something going for him, so we'll have to see. He had 11 touchdowns last season, which is nothing to sneeze at.
No, absolutely not. He's a bit of a Swiss Army knife. He can be used as a receiver or a running back. So you got to get him his targets where you can. Richardson on 2nd 11 throws to the left side of Prasad, who's going to get 3, runs out of bounds.
Yeah, Prasad on 25 yards tonight so far, and just add on to that last play. But they just made up for their 3rd and 9. So that's a 3rd and very long for them to make. We'll have to see. I want to see them go for something long again. Maybe something to out route off to the side. Maybe to some Mason Kirby.
Yeah, down to 25% on 3rd down conversions after starting at 50%. So they've missed out on their last 2 3rd downs. Nice throw this time. Oh, but great tackle by Kane Vasquez to bring down the receiver short of the 1st down. Flash Furman, the 1st-round pick for the Skyhawk.
Yeah, that was some great open field right there, wrapping him up so he had nowhere to go and got to punt it away, just 3 and out, and give it right back to Seattle, who just scored. See if they can extend their lead or if Carolina has some great defensive answering.
Hunter's on his own 20-yard line. Good hang time on this one, 4.1. Nick Castle brings it out for a couple yards out to the 33. 4.5 minutes here before halftime. Seattle took the lead, and maybe now they want to extend that. They've been moving the chains pretty frequently with Mason Kirby. 4 receptions on 5 targets, almost 100 yards so far with the one big play for a touchdown. Lewandula under center, showing a run here. Carolina looks ready. Delayed handoff. Oh, big hole for Sandlin. Going to get 4 yards before a bunch of Skyhawks are there to make the play.
Seattle Tyrants really seem like they're starting to rev up their engine. Maybe it took a little bit. First quarter was a bit of a wake up for them. You got to work it up. Second quarter, they've been running it up, and now they're just getting ready to go. With all they have all these air targets possible. I'm expecting some big stuff, and then just add on Zach Sandler.
Sidearm throw to Sandlin in the flats, but Met immediately loses a yard. Dylan Church has his second tackle for a loss of the day.
And just as I talk about them revving it up, I got to talk about how Carolina's defense, though, has been mostly on point in covering up everything. It's really just those hard plays that they've been letting them slip by, DOS the receivers, some toe drag swags, and maybe some Zach Sandlin breaks. But for the most part, they've been on point.
On a 3rd and 8, another third down here. Oh, a nice post route. Caught for the first down. JS3 moves the chains and kind of bails out the offense there because they were stale right there. But nice throw and diving catch made by JS3 to move the chains.
Yeah, he cut that corner perfectly just in time for Luyendula just to dot that ball to him in between all the defenders.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Luyendula takes a deep shot down the left side. Tried the post route again. Batted away. Looked like Shavon Prasad got a hand on it, but I think that was Davidson Joseph, the first one to knock it down.
Yeah, little underthrown, I think, by Luyendula. He was going all the way out there. I believe it was for JS3 again. Didn't get a great look. But, his bat down is a little bit of a toss-up game. He was getting a look at Rashol Colson, the free safety right there.
The Tyrants in the shotgun. Sandlin to the left. 3 wide receivers to the left. The draw. Sandlin gets met in the backfield. Sheds a tackle, but not enough as the Skyhawks are a gang of Skyhawks in the backfield to bring him down.
I think it would be a flock of Skyhawks, wouldn't it, Steven?
Well, I get gang of desperados wrong. I get all those words wrong. Yeah, I'm better looking than I have a vocabulary. You see, I can English.
Ah, yes.
Shaking the rust off. Give me my WD-40. Luyendula alone in the shotgun. Shot to the left side. The receiver was open off the hands and falls incomplete. Zane Doty on the coverage.
Yeah, getting out there really looked like it bounced off the hands of the receiver. We'll have to see it again since we're getting a replay. It was the third receiver in tow, and yeah, it looked like both hands outstretched from both the receiver and the defense, and they both got a hand on it, but it just bounced away innocently.
So a definite punting situation. 2:23 remaining in the half, so there's still time. With all their timeouts, still time for Carolina to go down and tie this game up going into halftime.
Definitely, and they still have the 2-minute warning going in. Plenty of time. We'll see if Carolina, maybe Solo Richardson gets another huge play off, another big splash play that seemed like it's been working out for them this game.
And they don't necessarily have to hurry either. 2 minutes is enough time, unless they just get in a good rhythm or get the defense off guard. They don't have to necessarily go no huddle here. So, all the time in the world, just, maybe use this time to see what kind of plays you can move down the field with. Hopefully they're looking for something intermediate to deep here. And it looks like they are. Sully Richardson alone in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. 2:15. High snap. Oh, pressure was there, but gets picked up. Nice throw to Prasad, who gets the first down. Slim Shady's going to be there on the tackle.
Yeah, Prasad picking it up right there on the cut for the first down. If they keep doing stuff like that, they got plenty of time just as the time comes up with a 2-minute warning.
All right, so now we have no more stoppages unless we get timeouts. So maybe a little bit of a sense of urgency here, depending on what kind of game you get. Hopefully, again, you're going semi-aggressive here to get things going. 4 wide receivers. Sully's under center. Logan Jack's behind him. Pulling guards as Jack breaks out to the right side, picks up a good block, and he's got room. Yes, can he beat him? He's got one guy to beat. Down to the 20-yard line. Eventually brought down from behind. Iverson Gamble was there on Chase.
We said it earlier, Steven. You never really know with Logan Jack. You said he was a Swiss Army knife, and right there he's coming on through. He found the hole and he made it through for a huge pickup of yards right there.
And now the urgency is definitely gone. You can let the clock tick. You've got 3 timeouts. You're in scoring position. Now you just need to protect the ball, work closer to the chains. As a toss to Jack gets nothing, loses 5. And Jukin Rukin's having a great preseason game here today. Hurry up offense. Solely takes a shot over the middle and it's caught. Breaks the tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Skyhawks. Jack Flash. Oh no. Shea Carroll with his second touchdown of the day.
Yeah, coming in big. Shea Carroll now both touchdowns for Carolina. That was a great broken tackle right there. I thought he was going to go down and we're going to play right there and see if Logan Jack can make it in like Zach Stanley made it in for the Tyrants. But no, Shea Carroll said, this is my second touchdown. I come over here to Carolina, so I'm going to make the ball score.
And both of these wide receiving core, they're having a similar game. Really, if you look at the stat sheet, Shea Carroll's kind of leading the way for Carolina, kind of has the big number, but right behind that's Prasad, who's kind of got the bulk of the targets and is kind of moving the chains. And then if you look at Seattle, well, Mason Kirby's got a few receptions but big yards, and then Junior Senior has a couple of receptions, but it seems like he's doing more of the chain work. So I mean, just very very comparable results from the wide receivers here today. It's been interesting to see how that's shaped out. Zach Sandlin's got 13 carries right now compared to Logan Jack's 7. And with the big run on that last drive, Jack's now up to 6.1 a carry roundabout. Nick Castle got a nice return there out to the 26-yard line. So Seattle's got 1:03. They've got 3 timeouts, and I would say the urgency needs to be very high. You need to get the ball moving. You need to, if you complete the ball and you're not going to use a timeout, you need to get out of bounds. Maybe target routes that are on the sideline, maybe not deep shots down the middle necessarily.
Yeah, I think they could definitely do a post or a cut right down the middle into an out route and then just keep repeating that until they hopefully make it to the end zone, or we'll see if they'll just burn the clock down with Sam.
Yeah, from the 26-yard line. They do it like to throw a deep shot down the right side. Oh, man, Mason Kirby. Fire him up, man. Just ring him up. Anytime he's just cashing checks all day. Gets down to the 42-yard line and only burns, wastes a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I think Seattle didn't like what either of us said, no, we're going to cut it right down the middle for a deep pass, and it works out for them.
I actually like that because I think your common strategy says that, hey, go to the sideline, stay out of bounds. And so he did the double move, fake to the outside, and then cuts back to the middle and just left the defender in the dust. So made a fool out of me and the defender. Great job by Mason Kirby. From the 42-yard line with 52 seconds, 2 timeouts for the Tyrants, 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. And looks like he targeted JS3, who's going to get 6 before he runs out of bounds.
Yeah, that was more what we were expecting from the first throw, but I guess they chose it to go to the second throw. They got a big pickup. They're going to stop the clock now. They're going to figure out what kind of plays they want to run, and then they're going to pull it because now they're at the 36. They're almost within field goal distance, and just putting them above in points going into the half would be really nice.
Under center is Lewandula. This time only 1 wide receiver, showing like they're going to run the ball. They elect to throw a quick drop. Waiting in the pockets, Lewandula checks down to Sandlin. Oh, the fullback out to the right side who gets the first down before he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, number 33 really finding some nice space. Concordia. He pulled up that first down and just kept finding what he could find until he had to step out of bounds, but he knew he was playing that sideline the entire time to try and stop that clock.
And that's a couple of times tonight he's been involved in the passing game. So used primarily as a blocker, but occasionally will release and get out and in the flats and make something happen. So a great job by Lewandula recognizing, going through his progressions, but realizing that he has a check down and it gets the first down. 47 seconds. Lewandula rolls out to the left again. This time JS3 is open, but incomplete. Nobody there in coverage.
Yeah, he's playing a little far out to the side, which you saw by him being marked by incomplete. But yeah, Stephen, you just said no one was covering, wide open. Just played a bit too far out because the ball wasn't high or anything. You just kind of stepped out.
Again, maybe Luandula moving's not quite getting his footwork right, and it's making the ball sail on him. Quick drop, this time's checked down to Sandlin. Breaks the tackle of Doty, but can't get away from the linebacker. And the Tyrants are going to use their second timeout.
Yeah, I don't think they liked whatever they were seeing. Sandlin coming out, and he can break one just as easy as normally can, but it seems like as soon as one comes at him from the front, just knocks him out. He doesn't have much he can do. They got 38 seconds, plenty of time, but they are on their third down, 23-yard line. I think they're trying to make a nice, easy field goal at this point.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit easier for your kicker, Whistle Jones. Oh, they take a shot over the middle into coverage, and it's intercepted. Ill-advised throw. You just needed to protect the ball there, and Tristan Hatley's going to get his first interception of the game.
Yeah, I was not gonna, as you say, advise that call, as there was, you could have just moved it up a bit and made a nice little kick. But then Tristan Hatley, who came over from Houston's picking up his first interception in the preseason, and that's not what they wanted to see out of Seattle. 32 seconds may not be enough time, but I think Carolina is pretty happy with this outcome.
Yeah, to go into the half whenever, the offense is right there in scoring position at tied, potentially you could take the lead depending on a big play. As Logan Jack plows forward for two, Denzel Maverick brings him down. You have to be thrilled with how your defense has played today, generating a lot of pressure, getting a lot of tackles for a loss. 6 tackles for a loss for Carolina here in the first half alone. So if they can replicate that in the second half, again, I was saying it, Carolina's defense, could in this game in particular come out and shock some people. And so they've been definitely playing like I thought they would here in the first half. Logan Jack on a counter to the right, and he breaks has good blocks and gets out on the edge. A big run to the 36, and that'll do it for the half.
Yeah, I think if Logan Jack could generate a tiny bit more speed to get away from some of these defenders, he definitely could, but the secondary does sprint over and wrap him up.
Tied ball game. It's been a really fun one here right now for us, man. Maybe not big splash plays, but some unexpected things. I think that I would think looking at the roster sheet, Harish Prasad's probably the biggest name on that. But I would say the tandem of Mason Kirby and JS3 for Seattle, I would expect their passing number to be higher as it is. But really, I think Mason Kirby has just exploded here today. Has the 2 touchdowns. Looks really, really exciting. And, Sandlin's kind of has disappointed a little bit here in the preseason debut. And it's not quite what we expected, but Logan Jack on the other side has looked really strong running the ball, especially as the second quarter went on.
Yeah, Logan Jack with a huge, huge run from him, giant breakaway. And that was exactly what Carolina needed. As you said, Zach Sandlin, a little disappointing, but, maybe he's a third, fourth quarter man. He's still got plenty of juice left in him. And then, as you were saying a little bit earlier, both teams have kind of a very similar receiving core in how they're acting right now. Seattle with Mason Kirby with some huge yardage, 133 with JS3, picking up the chains, but not having as much yardage. On the other hand, Carolina has Shea Carroll, picking up 2 touchdowns and just making the big plays. But then Harish Prasad, you call him name constantly because he's moving the chains and getting that work done. Can't forget about the defense, though, as both defenses have been showing up. Carolina's defense has been putting huge, huge pressure on Luandula, and he hasn't been able to do as much as I think he wanted to. But then Seattle's defense has just been putting great pressure and putting almost a giant stop to the air game of Carolina.
And I want to give a chat shout out to, I'm going to try to say it, Sadneo. He said, tell me more about this. So what you're watching right now is the Simulation Football League. And what we are, it's a controllerless esport where teams and coaches and players all get together and we submit our game plan and strategy. And then we put that strategy to test on the field. And you can see in chat, we have a link to our website. It's a really great time. We have a really great Discord community, a great following. It's a really, really good time if you're a fan of football and maybe fantasy football and things of that nature. If you're, if you like Madden football, so to speak, or whatever, and you like the simulation or the franchise mode in that, then this league is definitely for you. Starting off the third quarter, Carolina's going to get the ball. Prasad with the stutter step. gets to the 28-yard line, and that's where Sully Richardson and the Skyhawks offense is going to take over.
Yeah, Harish Prasad with a little bit of a tap dance going on right there, but it's working out for him, getting 28. I'm excited to see how they come out of the half. They never know. Harish Prasad, expect to make some big plays, move the chains. That's what we've been saying, but I'm hoping to get some more Flash Furman and Jack Flash. Wow, I didn't realize their names were super similar until I just looked at them, but hoping to see more of them.
And a first down, and it's heading to Logan Jack, who's going to lose a yard. But you see they're having a really productive day, 7.2 on the day, and Denzel Maverick's going to have the tackle for a loss.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you have a giant long run for about 51 yards and you're playing your average kind of gets bumped up a bit.
So a 2nd and 11. Split backfield, 3 wide receivers, 3 down linemen for the Tyrants. Oh, nice throw, but got his hand in there, was the linebacker, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit of everyone get a bit handsy in there, intended for number 18, Flash Furman. Just talking about wanting to see him get involved. Then the whole Seattle secondary just didn't like that play, and they were getting their hands all over that ball.
And you saw there it was Furman on Mitchell, rookie on rookie matchup right now. Richardson alone in the shotgun. Good pressure up the middle by the Tyrants. Deep throw, good coverage. Oh, off the hands of Furman into the hands of Shaker, who's got another big play. Eventually brought down by Iverson Gamble, but just a tip play up in the air. Just great awareness by Carroll to be there and put his hands on it and get a big play for his offense.
Steven, I was not expecting that play at all. As soon as I saw the ball bounce off the hands, I called the play dead in my head, but Shake Carroll had other plans. That man, complete awareness of going on. Ball bounces right out of the hands of the intended receiver, picks it right up, scoops it up, and says, "Why not a third touchdown?"
And that was rookie Razor with the nice deflection, jumped up and kind of deflected that ball away from Flash Furman. As Sully Richardson's pressured in the pocket, he likes to get rid of it quickly and gets 3 yards. That time Flash Furman got the reception. Slim Shady got the tackle.
Yeah, great plan right there by Sully Richardson. Saw he was getting pounded down on and selected to give it to a nice, easy pass and catch right there to Flash Furman. Keep the ball moving. Don't lose any yardage to a sack. Some great presence as a quarterback.
Carolina showing a run. They toss it to Jack, who's out to the right, maybe gets a yard before the Tyrants bring him down.
Yeah, it looks like they give him a yard, give him something. But now they're 3rd and 6. No, it's not a terrible place to be as they still have some pretty good pass options. But we'll have to see if they like to bring Logan Jack out as a unexpected twist.
See how this 3rd down goes. I formation, 3 wide receivers. Tyrants are in the nickel. Hand off to Jack, who's met immediately in the backfield. Juke and Rukin has just been a monster today.
Yeah, Juke and Rukin alone, he's had losses just in this game alone. It's only the 3rd quarter. He's been showing up big, defensive tackles, and he's a big boy as well.
Yeah, front 7 of both defenses have been getting constant pressure. So Wally Herman is going to be on for his first attempt of the day, 47 yards. Good snap, good hold, and kick is good. Oh, no good. Missed wide right. Thought he had the angle, but just slightly to the right. The distance was just enough. He had the leg for it, just not quite the accuracy.
Continuing on the preseason trend of missed field goals, but
and broadcaster curse, Dan. We always seem to do that to these games when we start talking about projecting and what's going to happen. All of a sudden, madness ensues.
Shenanigans, Steven.
Shenanigans. And so from the 37, after the turnover on downs, 3 wide receivers for Luandula. Hands off quickly to Sandlin, who plows forward for 2, and Shervon Prasad's going to get the tackle.
Keeping on, they have this score. Who knows? May go into overtime. Never know.
Both teams, they've been matching each other step for step. Split backfield, 1 wide receiver. Delayed handoff to Sandlin, who plows forward. Zane Doty's there to finish the work that Forrest Stark couldn't finish.
Yeah, Stanley keeps pushing forward, but he hasn't really been picking up anything huge. Right now, he's been around a 45-yard average, and it's not that he's bad. It's just not looking like the Zach Stanley we all know and love.
3rd and 5. Lewandula is alone in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers bunched to his right. Skyhawks don't bring any pressure, but they get there anyways. Pass is complete to Kirby, who's got the first down. Picks up about 7 yards as he gets out to the 48-yard line. Tackle made by Tristan Hatley.
You know, that was an odd play forming out there, Steven. Luyendula looked like he got pressured by a falling defender, didn't know what to do with the ball, and then just dumped it right out there to Mason Kirby. You know, Mason Kirby may have a bit of a shaky ball in his hands, but the veteran like him knows exactly what to do with it.
Yeah, he really is, relied upon to make big plays. He's a splash play guy for your team, and he just brings an excitement level to your offense. Skyhawks showing pressure. Looks like they're going to blitz. They do out in the corners. Doty was there. Oh, and Lewandula saw the corner blitz, and JS3 is wide open as he waltzes into the end zone and gives the Tyrants the lead.
Finally, seems like all that pressure Carolina has been putting on the pocket actually comes back to bite them, as JS3, as you said, is wide open. No one. A field of openness and grass and wheat, and you could sing the music, and he walked right into the end zone uncontested.
Yeah, very, very aggressive defensive play call there. And a guy like Lewandula, he's a hot and cold guy, but he can see that a corner is coming on a blitz, and he can definitely recognize that coverage and make that throw all day long. So, great job, great recognition by the quarterback, realizing that he's got pressure coming, has to get the ball out of his hands, and does so, and results in a big play for his offense. The extra point was good for the Tyrants, so they extend their lead to 7, 21-14, 6:37 left. Now, Carolina, in my opinion, they need to come out and they need to move the chains. They need to regain some of this momentum. Because Seattle is at home. The crowd's going to get behind them. So I would do something to try to take the wind out of Seattle's sails. And I'm making nautical jokes for dinosaurs. So it's just one of those things that you got to come out, you got to control the ball, and you got to shift that momentum back to you. You pick up a couple of first downs, move the chains, and build off of that, and try to get in the end zone.
They just have to answer back. It's been going back and forth this entire game. But on the same note, do we make, comet jokes about tyrants or asteroid jokes? Is that how we do it?
Apparently, man. I'm just going after it, trying to figure it out. Sully Richardson. Oh, there's pressure immediately from Rukin. Disruptor all day long. Didn't even give Sully any time to drop back. As soon as he was back there, Rukin was there to hit him.
Yeah. Jukin Rukin having a great game today. He's been putting great pressure and getting to Sully Richardson the entire game. And I'm really surprised Sully even got that ball out of his hands, but he kept it up, so bring him right back to the 10 instead of losing yardage.
2nd and 10 under center from the 25-yard line. It's a sweep to Jack, and there's immediately a penalty flag on the field. Jack got about 7 yards, but we're going to have to go down to the referee and see what his call is. If the play stands, it looked like Lynn Shady made the tackle. And it's going to be offensive holding, so we will see it accepted. And that moves him back to the 15-yard line. Look there at first-round, second overall pick, Riley Combs. A big addition to this Skyhawks locker room.
Yeah, now they're setting up at the 2nd and 20. That's not where you want to be, but who knows? They have big splash plays before where Shea Carroll or Harish Prasad may come out and save them from this mess.
And a quick drop. Plenty of time to throw as he checks down to Jack. And Jack's going to lose a yard there. Couldn't quite keep his feet in bounds, and the swing pass just kind of carried him out.
Yeah, that's not what you're wanting to see at all, Swing pass was maybe a cool idea to throw him off and run up the sideline, maybe to catch him up. But now they're at 3rd and extra impossible. And they really just got to kind of Hail Mary it just to get them out.
Third and long. Richardson under center, 4 wide receiver spread. Oh, and he's going to be sacked. Jukin Rukin, who else? Get another one, big man.
And Jukin Rukin coming in, you see this stuff out of someone like Ghibli Do, who is also on the team all the time. And it really seems like Jukin Rukin's trying to step him up by one, trying to beat the #1 overall sack defender from last season.
Yeah, and sometimes, having that presence there on the other side of the field frees up another player on the defensive line. And I think maybe Rukin and Ledoux have been working on stuff in the offseason, maybe sharing secrets, and I think it's paying off for Rukin here tonight. A fair catch down at the 41 for Nick Castle. So that's where the Tyrants are going to take over here now with the lead. And we'll see how they respond, what kind of offensive strategy they come out with here.
Yeah, Rukin making sure they get some great starting field position. Carolina's 41. They're starting out their first play of the drive. Oh, that's some great place.
1 wide receiver for the Tyrants. They're show and run. Carolina adjusts. They got 1 safety high now. And it's a quick toss to Sandlin to the right side. He's going to lose 3. Immediate pressure there from Prasad and Tristan Hatley, who eventually makes a tackle for loss.
Yeah, Steven, now that you say tackle for loss, there sure has been a lot of them this game. Both defenses have been stepping up and making sure that a lot of these run plays have gone nowhere.
And Seattle's maybe picking up on that empty backfield. Luandula under center. Quick drop throw to JS3 on a slant. He gets 4. And I think the tackle was going to be made by Zane Doty.
Yeah, the ball seemed like it was thrown maybe before the play was fully developed. The slant was just cut, and I think if he got a little bit further out there, JS3 could have gotten away from those defenders. But Luandula has been very much pressured by this Carolina defense.
A 3rd and tough. 3 wide receivers. Luandula's in the shotgun. Slant routes everywhere. Oh, off the hands of the receiver. Almost caught. Wow. Tipped around by like 3 different guys. Rose was the original intended target, but it falls flat and incomplete. Now it's 4th down.
I just want to see a replay of that. Look at that. Goes off it, goes off another one. I think it went off the foot.
They're playing hacky sack out there.
Look at that. Off the hands, off the hands. It doesn't stay with the ball, but it went off the foot. Almost kept the play alive if someone dove for that final bounce. But the play dies here on Carolina's 37.
And so now you have to punt. You should be able to pin the other team. Almost blocked. You should be able to pin the Skyhawks deep in their own territory, and they do. Fair caught at the 11. Smart move by Prasad. A bounce there could have pinned him even further back. At least you give your quarterback some room to breathe.
Yeah, and that was a great stop by Carolina's defense after Seattle started on Carolina's 41. Now they have to start on their own 11, but they better than putting Seattle up another score.
From the 11, 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Toss to Jack to the left side, and he gets outside. When he finds that edge, he's been tough to stop today. Picks up the 1st down. Slyn Shady was there to bring him down from behind.
Yeah, Logan Jack has not been able to really push through anyone. He's not really known for it either. But when he finds that opening and just managed to squeeze on through, he's picking up significant yardage throughout this game.
Oh, showing the run again. Another 1st down from the 22. Clock's running at 3:30. Richardson's going to throw it out to the flats to the fullback, Tony Zoma, who gets nothing as he's met by the cornerback. And let's see, who was that? I'm sorry, that was the free safety, Mahmoud Ajloni. So after no gain, Carolina comes out showing the run again. They typically will pass when they do this, but it's a delayed handoff to Jack, who's going to work forward for 1 yard.
Yeah, now they're in a. I mean, they're at a 3rd and 9. They're not putting themselves in the best field position because if they keep going back and forth like this, where they're pinned pretty far back, then giving Seattle the field advantage, their defense is playing a very tough game. So I'm expecting a big throw right now, or else they're not going to be able to get themselves out of this.
Richardson with no running backs changes the play at the line. Oh, and there's pressure. This time it's Denzel Maverick. So the Tyrants are absolutely eating up this Skyhawks offensive line. A bunch of tackles in the backfield being made here tonight.
Yeah, so far Carolina's 1 for 7 on their 3rd down conversion rate. 14.3% ain't that good. It really seems like they're making those big splashes on their 1st or 2nd down to pick up the 1st down, or they're just not making it at all.
The punt's away. Punter was on his own 4-yard line, fielded at the 45, and brought out to the Carolina 49. So Nick Castle's looked pretty impressive so far. I mean, is matching at least what Harish Prasad is doing out there on the field. So great production is on the return team for your rookie. Definitely acceptable performance from him tonight. Lewandula takes over. Just under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Handoff up the middle to Sandlin. Met by Chris Colon and Trevon Prasad.
Yeah, Sandlin was really being met by just a whole flock of Skyhawks. Nowhere really to go. Kind of in the story of tonight. Sandlin trying to get out there, but no one, just everyone in his way, and he can't push through much right now.
2nd and 9. Quick drop. Oh, nice handoff. Oh, but the defensive line was ready. Cologne meets Sandlin at the line.
I gotta give it up to Carolina's defense. Their line is sticking cold to everything the run game of Seattle can throw at them. Sandlin trying to find holes, trying to push on through, but they're not giving up.
And trips to the bottom side of your screen. Lewandula with a quick drop. Fires it over the middle to JS3, who picks up the 1st down. Rochelle Colston makes the tackle.
Yeah, it looked like a little sidewinder right there. It was right up the middle. JS3 jumping, putting himself in a great position where no defenders could reach him, and really just set himself up, pushing Seattle to that 38, and making the first big play they've had this drive to push him downfield.
Working into plus territory. Lewandula changes something. Hands off to Sandlin quickly. And he's going to work forward for 4 yards before the safety comes up to make a play.
Yeah, first good, bigger play out of Sandlin so far in the last 2-3 drives. I think he just has to find his mojo. We're expecting something. He has slimmed down, maybe lost a bit of weight from his rookie seasons, and tried to maybe add a bit more finesse to his repertoire. But we'll have to see how he can adapt to it.
Heavy running formation, bunch of blockers. Sandlin still can't get anything going. But with that negative carry, we're going to go into the 4th quarter. Seattle's up 21-14. And 4th quarter action, we're ready to go. Lewandula under center on this 3rd down, changing something up. Looks like he's looking at the out route. JS3 got the reception, but not the 1st down.
Yeah, JS3 headed for the sideline, wasn't far enough up, couldn't cut back without being tackled, had to accept it. They're at Carolina's 30 right now. It'd be a bit of a kick.
Yeah, 47. Missed earlier from Wally Herman missed from this distance earlier. So we'll see if he's got the leg and the accuracy. Herman was off on the accuracy. Snap is in, kick is up. And he had just enough to get it there. So made it between the uprights and extends the lead for his Tyrants.
Yeah, just by the thick of his skin right there, barely over it. But Whistle Jones, the rookie kicker for Seattle, made a 47-yard field goal. Congrats right there, Rook. That was a thing to be impressed by everyone. Congratulations. Great. Putting Seattle 24-14, making it a two-score game for Carolina, but there's plenty of time left in this ball game at 10:39 in the fourth.
Yeah, and I think what you're looking for here, if you're the special teams coach or the head coach, is you just kind of want to get a gauge of their range. Where are they consistent from? How far can I actually go back? And we'll bring out our kicker and see, if he can nail this thing. So right now, it looks like both guys can hit a 47 yarder. A little bit of accuracy issue for Herman, but the distance was there for both of them. So, maybe these guys can start working, trying to push that to 50 and really, really be a big help to your team. Carolina's got the ball on their own 28-yard line. Richardson hands off to Logan Jack, who's going to get met in the backfield. Denzel Maverick was there to bring him down.
You see on your screen right there, 82 yards on 15 carries. Logan Jack, he hasn't had huge production, but he has at the same time. He's had some big breakout plays, but standardly he's been swamped up down the middle, but it keeps the clock running. That's how we're already in the fourth quarter, a game that seemed to have flown by, Steven.
Yeah, man, this game is really moving along, but it's been an exciting game, and I wish it would go on a little bit longer.
Hey, you never know. Overtimes are a thing.
Are we doing it again? Are we predicting our future?
We very well may. Who knows? I mean, 10 points is a bit. It's not crazy,
It's not. There's plenty of clock. Jack lost a couple yards on that last reception. 3rd and 12. Richardson's under center, takes a shot down the left side, and it's Prasad open, gets the first down as Ejloni makes the tackle.
Sully Richardson with an absolute dot on his arm, just slinging that ball super hard all the way into Prasad's hand. That was a beautiful ball into a beautiful catch. Two players who have a really great connection, know what to expect of each other. Prasad running his route absolutely perfectly, and Richardson knowing he's going to be there for the ball.
Yeah, that was exactly the note I was going to hit. Great timing on that route. Richardson seems to like to change the play. Thinks he's got the Tyrants defense figured out. Quick drop, delayed handoff, and Logan Jack's going to lose a yard. Slim Shady was there in the backfield, followed up with Kane Vasquez.
Richardson may think he knows what the defense is doing of Tyrants, but the Tyrants still have him wrapped up completely as they do lose that yard. Seattle's been on top of their game, and both teams have really just let small cracks through, and that's how the score is up where it is.
Toss to the left side. Oh, man. E.K. Vinson gets there to make a play in the backfield. So it's just a tackle for a lost party here tonight. Both teams just making their presence felt behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was an absolute truck, too. Throws him down and then has to hit the ground himself.
And if E.K. Vincent didn't finish that playoff, Iverson Gamble was coming in right behind him to try and level him as well. So, everybody's, just swarming to the ball, making plays. It's been really exciting on defense. From the shotgun, Sully Richardson has time, throws to the left side. He's got an open receiver, and it's caught for the first down, gets about 17 yards. Ejloni again makes the tackle, but not before Klein gets the first down for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, give it up there, right there for Ejloni. He really cleaned up that play. That could have gone awry real quick. That was a beautiful catch and a great open field for Klein everywhere to go, but Ejloni recognized that, played his safety role, and cleaned it right up.
From the 32-yard line, a handoff to Jack up the middle. Can't quite get anything. E.K. Vinson was there. Pete Mitchell, the rookie, was there. A bunch of Tyrants there just getting to the ball and bringing them down.
Yeah, if Carolina pushes just a bit more, they could have the exact same field goal position Seattle just did. Or maybe you never know, Shea Carroll coming out big again for a huge splash play and get even closer to tying up this game.
Happy to hand it off to Jack. A 2nd and 10. Jack doesn't get anything there. Sully's had a little bit of magic, in his arm tonight. So I think, they were trying to see if Jack could maybe get it a little bit shorter. But hey, man, let Sully throw this thing around. It's been working. Tough 3rd and 10. Trips to his left in the shotgun. Jack stays in the backfield to help block. Deep shot down the middle, and he's wide open for a touchdown. Harish Prasad got behind the secondary, and a beautiful throw by Sully Richardson.
Yeah, I wanted to say before this catch was even made, defense was playing zone and they were pressed. And then Harish Prasad just went right by them. No one was covering him. There was no man's on him at all. So he walked right into that end zone. Sound of music playing in the background as he's whipping around the field. Two big plays today with just open ground all around them.
Man, and I challenged him. I wanted to see it from Sully Richardson. I want to see improvement this season. Being that close, only plus one, 18 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. That's not gonna necessarily do it for your team. You got to protect the ball, but you gotta pump those numbers up, kid. You got to get up to 25 touchdowns and maybe only 10 interceptions, and really see what that can do for your offense and for your team. As Wally Herman makes the extra point, I'm just so excited for that throw, man. Like I said, Sully's one of the guys that I was going to kind of keep my eye on this season just to see how he progresses and how he can do within that offense.
I'm hoping for some great improvement from Sully Richardson. Who knows? Just because you had a bad season as a team last season doesn't mean you're going to have another bad one. You could have a breakout season. No one knows what's going to happen. That's why the SFL is so great.
Yeah, that's right. And especially with the changes with the roster size, I think teams are really going to try to get creative scheme wise and what they do within their packages, even more so than in the past.
Yeah, I think with the roster size change, you have so many more options with so many more players that you can change up your plays and have so many more options that every team can have their own spark.
Yeah, or bring pressure from certain areas where you couldn't in the past due to roster limitations. Oh, a one-handed grab by Sandlin. He breaks it to a couple of tackles on his way out of bounds, gets 6.
That's the Sandlin we all know and love. That's the Sandlin who will break two tackles one after another, just shoulder bringing it down. That's what we used to see, and that's the Sandlin I love to watch. Just breaking it one after another. If he was more down the middle, he probably could have gone much further, but we see more of that, and Seattle may pull this lead ahead a little bit more.
And the Sandman, they like to say he puts people to sleep, and this drive could be the one to do it for the Tyrants. As Sandlin trucks forward for the first down, Prasad was there to help bring him down.
Yeah, some great positioning right there. Sandlin finding out, knowing his job just to pick up that first down, and he found a great opening to do it, giving him a whole new set of downs. And Seattle has so much more room to work with, and you never know.
One wide receiver, bunch of tight ends, and a couple of running backs. Lewandula with a quick drop and out route. It's JS3 down the sideline, turns upfield, and gets the first down. As a wide receiver myself, I can really, really appreciate when I see a receiver run an out route and be able to turn upfield. I just can't tell you how happy that makes me. So great route running, great awareness, and great agility to turn upfield and get a first down. And the tackle was made by Zane Doty there.
I can't say enough of what you just said, Steven. That was some great footwork going on right there. Lone receiver really on the play. He was being covered greatly by Zane Doty, and he still managed to pick up the ball, push forward, first down, and Seattle's now moving pretty quickly down the field.
In the shotgun, Lewandula at the 47-yard line. Low snap, but handles it well. Good blocking. Oh, man. Targeting Mason Kirby, but it was batted down by Tristan Hadley, who's already had an interception today.
Yeah, and it looked like number 20, Rachel Colston, almost got the ball going for it at the end after his tip. Didn't quite pick it up, though, but we were very close away from a nasty turnover.
Yeah, really a sigh and a gasp going through the arena as that one was almost picked off. But a 2nd and 10, another chance for the Tyrants as they hand off to Sandlin, getting work in here a little bit, getting a lot more work here in the second half. Gets 4 yards there. Prasad, another tackle here tonight.
Yeah, Sandlin now up to 43. While not the yardage we're used to seeing him doing, he's definitely picked up a lot more of this in the second half. And he's pushing on through and getting his job done as a halfback and less as someone that Seattle has to purely lean on.
Empty shotgun. Looks like Lewandula's at the top of your screen, I believe, as a wide receiver. Oh, this one's bounced around again. Looked like it was intended for Nick Castle, but there he is again. Tristan Hadley, ball hawking around, making plays for his defense.
Yeah, it really seems like Tristan Hadley is hungry for these picks. He's so close to them, and now Seattle has to punt this ball away, giving Carolina another chance. They're only down by 3. Is either tying them up with a field goal or we're putting them up with a touchdown. And we were speaking earlier, field goal, tie game, overtime. Who knows?
And looks like they're angling this kick towards the corner, not quite there. Prasad elects to return it. Was fielded at about the 13, brought out to the 15. Some tough spots tonight for the Skyhawks as far as starting field position is concerned. They've been inside their own 20 a couple of times, and they're still fighting in this game. They've looked really strong. Here with the vanilla playbook, they need to figure out how to get in the end zone here. You just did a good job forcing Seattle to punt. So now you just got to capitalize on that opportunity.
Yeah, they've been really working out of bad positioning for them. You got to give them credit for it.
As we're in the booth, weather's playing a little bit of a factor on us here tonight. But we got a 3rd and 6 for Sully Richardson. Snap is good. The handoff to Logan Jack, who's met in the backfield, loses 2 on a 3rd down. Not what you want to see if you're the Skyhawks.
Yeah, that's a real heartbreaker. All Seattle really has to do now is maybe get 2 more first downs with Sandlin, and they can put away this game. Or if Carolina can really put them out for a 3-0, they have a chance, but it's gonna be a not big one.
And punter on his own goal line gets it out past the 50, but Nick Castle gets it to midfield.
Once again, Seattle some great starting field position for this drive. They haven't done so much with it where they've had it I believe it's been 3 opportunities so far past the midfield 50. So we'll have to see if they can work with it and put up this score and end the game here.
Got a quick look there at Zane Doty. No receivers up there at his side of the screen, so he's going to drop deep. See what happens just to help in run coverage. 7 in the box, a toss to the right side for Sandlin. Met immediately in the backfield. And Phil Hall was there to help make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Van Dyke's got his 2nd tackle for a loss.
Yeah, those TFLs we've been seeing all day today in this game. They've been putting some great pressure on both running offenses.
So we'll see. Seattle's got to move the ball here. Try to chew up some clock. 2nd and 12. 1 wide receiver. Looks like they are going to run. We'll see what they do. Luandula's in no hurry. He's absolutely milking this clock. Delay handoff to Sandlin, but again, nothing going up front for the Seattle Tyrants.
Yeah, if they don't get this last play of this down moving, Carolina gets it back, and they have enough time. It goes right back to them. Probably minute 30 to work with it, which is plenty of time to get a field goal at least.
Yeah, with all those timeouts, it would do Seattle a big favor in protecting their lead if they could move the chains here. Would you let it go to the 2-minute warning, or would you snap it?
Let it go to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, me too. Good call. As it goes to the 2-minute warning on a 3rd and 12, but Seattle does have the lead, so a critical 3rd down when we come back from this break. Both teams in the huddle talking about, hey man, Luandula's got to be motivating his team, telling them to, we got to protect the lead, we got to get this one in the end zone. And I would say the defensive leader, Shavon Prasad's got to be telling his defense, not another yard, we got to stop them right here, right now. Buendula under center, 3 wide receivers. Strong I formation. They hand off to Sandlin on a counter. Met in the backfield by, what did you say earlier? A flock of Skyhawks as Shravan Prasad gets a tackle for loss.
The bird, Steven. Of course it's a flock. Wait, I think it'd be a pack of tyrants. I'm not sure yet. I believe they're T-Rexes they're modeled after. They're alpha, like, solo hunters, so I don't know. You'd have a family of tyrants, maybe. Yeah, I think so. But yeah,
somebody in chat, somebody from Seattle, help us out. What's going on? What do we need to say? As the punt's away from the 35-yard line, fair caught by Prasad at his own 17. So with 1:51 and 2 timeouts for Carolina, they got to move down the field in a hurry.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. They've been working with this poor field position this entire game, really. So if they work with it, they have a chance. Big play, Shea Carroll, Harish Prasad. Those two big names that are striking out to me this game that have the chance of making it down the field quickly.
And in the chat, shout out Zane Doty for letting me know it's actually named after the planes, talking about the Skyhawks, not the birds. And he's saying a wing or a squadron of Skyhawks. I like squadron a lot better than wing. How about you, Dan?
I like squadron because when I think wing, it's like air wing.
There
and while
you
that
go.
does make sense, those are the people who like work on the ground. So squadron's like, yeah, fighter pilots.
So from the 18-yard line, a lot of field to cover, a little bit of time. 3 wide receivers to the left. Sully was alone under center, takes a deep shot. Oh, looking for his trusted Prasad, but it was tipped and falls incomplete.
I really thought Iverson Gamble really had a hand on that ball. I thought it was over right there with his hand, but it fell right out. A big jumble. Just not the jambalaya you want to see in this game.
And Iverson Gamble there on good coverage. So make or break, man. It's make or break right here. This is that moment. Sully's got to take control of his offense. 5 wide receivers in the shotgun. 3 down linemen for the Tyrants. Defensive tackle drops back and covers with the pressure. Gets there. They brought a safety on the blitz, and he got in and stops Sully Richardson, who takes a timeout immediately.
Batman came in. Pete Mitchell came in like a jet engine right there. Or some AA gun, I guess, if we're keeping up with the plane references. He came in like a bullet and just came in and destroyed Sully Richardson.
So make or break, they're going to go for it. I like the aggressiveness here to go for it on 4th and 16. Preseason. Go ahead and see what you can do. Deep shot down the left side. It's caught. Gets the first down. We should see a hurry up, and we do. Big plays. The Carolina needed that. Sully needs to get down there and get set. Everybody else is ready. Snap is in. Furman's coming in to block. Interesting, but it's a deep shot over the middle. That one's caught. Past midfield now. They got to get moving. Are they going to huddle up here? I don't know if I would huddle up.
It looks like they're huddled up.
Interesting. Jack Flash, the tight end, is going to get his first reception of the day. But interesting decision to huddle up there. Wasted about 10 seconds, 15 seconds off the clock. 3 wide receivers, weak eye formation. It's a toss to Logan Jack, and the pressure's there off Iverson Gamble on the outside and brought down for a gain of 2. Now they're hurrying up again. Going to be in the weak eye, 3 wide receiver. Seattle's in the nickel. 3-step drop for Sully. Rolls out to the left. He's going to be hit. Denzel Maverick's going to get that sack. Clock continues to run. 3rd and 14. Sully's got to get composed here. 33-32. Snaps the ball, takes a deep drop, looking deep down the middle. He's open! Jack Flash! Oh, gets down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, 20 seconds. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. You got to clock it. Spike the ball. Let's go. Get lined up. Everybody's hurrying. Come on, big heavies. Get down, get set. There you go. Woo! 10 seconds left.
Steven. Oh.
So you have your timeout. You got the timeout in your pocket. You've got 10 seconds. You got enough time for a play. You don't have to tie the game. You can go for the win here.
Ooh.
Dan, they're going to bring out the kicker, Dan. They're going conservative. We called our future. We said we were going to go to overtime. Oh well, no comment. No commentator cursed.
Nope.
Wally Herman's got to do his thing here.
Nope.
20-yard chip shot, high snap, but the hold is down, and the kick is up and good. So Wally Herman ties this game. 8 seconds to go, and we called this, Dan. Why do we do this to ourselves?
Oh, we did call it. That's great. Wow, we called this in like the second quarter.
I know, man. It's wild. I don't know why we do that. Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I could love some good shenanigans.
So Herman's got the ball on the tee.
Who knows? Seattle punt return or kick return. I mean, right now.
Nick Castle, rookie, you can do it, man. Come on, give us some fireworks from the 3-yard line. Oh, he looks like he's trying to go. Oh, 24-yard line. So if I was Seattle, I don't know if I would do the Hail Mary from here. I think we're gonna see them run the ball.
4-second Hail Mary, go for it.
Yeah, why not? Growing up a Dallas Cowboys fan, I've seen Tony Romo throw too many interceptions in this moment, so I just have flashbacks to that. Oh, no running back. They are going to definitely try to throw the ball here. From the 24-yard line. 4 seconds, a quick drop, and he's hit immediately. Chris Cologne got there. Incompletion stops the clock at 1 second, so another shot.
Wow.
We'll see if they elect to throw the ball again.
I mean, I guess they have a second chance. They were willing and wanting to throw it the first time, so they have a second chance. Might as well do it again.
And the chat's saying Mason Kirby's going to call it. They want to see a Mason Kirby walk-off here with 1 second to go. 3 wide receivers, 3 down linemen. The Carolinas, they're protecting the pass. They're dropped back deep. They don't want anything behind them. And just a check down to the fullback, third, fourth reception tonight for him. Gets about 6, and that's going to take us into overtime. 24-24, Dan, and a little bit of voodoo magic going on, predicting the future, and we'll see how this overtime plays out.
Yeah, sudden death overtime, always a good time. You really just got to get into field goal range, and you're good.
And we're waiting for the coin toss. So the Tyrants are going to receive to start overtime, and the first points wins the game. It's over from there. So getting the ball here in overtime is great for your team. It gives you the best chance to win, I would say. Seattle was kind of stagnant there at the end of the fourth quarter, so they need to figure it out. And if they want to walk away with the win here tonight and build going into your regular season, you got to figure it out right now. This is the moment. Nick Castle on the return gets out to the 27-yard line. Decent starting field position now.
Yeah, they're out to the 27. Seattle has been stagnant. Maybe the overtime will put some gasoline in their veins, maybe, and get them moving.
And so the Tyrants have 10:57 to move this ball. As long as they can keep the ball, the chains moving, they can take the whole possession of this quarter. Sandlin makes a couple of moves to the left side, picks up 2, and Prasad's got to be up around 10 tackles on the game now.
Yeah, Shavon Prasad has been absolutely just running around the entire offense. Wherever Sandlin gets the ball, he is up in his face and dragging him down with him.
And again, shout out to our stats team tonight, Robert Garrett Jr. and Dave Axis. Thanks to you guys for being here. Been a great help. It's been a pleasure. The pregame with you guys was extremely fun. Heavy formation, bunch of blockers out there for the Tyrants. They hand off to Sandlin up the middle, cuts out to the right side, and gets a couple more.
Sandlin up, 3rd and 5. They could maybe give it to Sandlin again if they really feel his run. His run hasn't been great this game, but it hasn't been terrible. I really wouldn't give him to a 5-yard. Maybe just a nice slant up the middle, or if they're feeling, got some cojones, want to go out for a post out down the middle, further down the field.
And there's an out route to Mason Kirby. I was actually going to say that this would be a situation where I might run an out route, a 3rd and 5. Typically, that out route, when complete, it's going to get you about 6 or 7. So that usually feels like a good play to run there, a consistent play that gets results.
Obviously, Steven, it worked out for him, so I can't argue that point.
Ooh, a power eye formation. One wide receiver. It looks like the Skyhawks are out in a 3-4. So they've got enough linebackers if the safety comes up to help. And it's a quick drop and a handoff to Sandlin. And Phil Hall was there to try to slow him down, but it takes a couple more defenders to help bring him down.
Yeah, Sandlin making it out to 41, picking up a nice 4 yards. They really seem like they're giving it to Sandlin. They want to play conservatively right now, not trying to ball and air it out at all. I like it because they're just trying to move down the field and they're getting there.
Yeah, 294 on the day for Lewandula. The rating is very nice. You'll take that from your quarterback, a toss to Sandlin, and he's going to pick up a couple more. And Forrest Stark, the rookie linebacker, is there to make the tackle.
And right now, 3rd and 2 after handing off to Sandlin 2 times in a row. Honestly, I wanted them to throw it, throw off the defense, and just pick up some extra yardage where, they could get down the field a bit more because the clock's been running this entire time pretty much.
Yeah, and you don't have to hurry. Again, let the clock run, do your thing, move the ball downfield. That's the most important thing. It's overtime. Your first score is going to win you this game. Sandlin plows forward and gets the first down. Rochelle Colston steps up, makes the tackle. A solo tackle on Zach Sandlin's a tough thing to come by.
Oh, yeah, you don't see many of those. Definitely last season, you saw a lot of 2, 3 person tackles on Sandlin just to bring him down.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, a 1 person tackle will just be thrown off to the wayside.
And Sandlin's he's a big boy. He doesn't mess around when it comes to his offseason program. 6'2", 240. That's beefy. Trips to the left for Lewandula under center. A quick drop with time to throw, but he's under pressure as Phil Hall gets a sack. Getting involved for the defensive line. Longtime veteran for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, great pressure right there by the Skyhawks. Lugandilla didn't know where to go. Honestly, at that point, I would have
And
thought he just started running.
my apologies. 77 is Lenny Lannister. As Lewandula looks like he faked a dive there and went for a pitch, but it loses a bunch of yards as Lannister again is in the backfield to make a play.
Yeah, you got to kind of question that play as Carolina's been putting so much pressure on the pocket that anything that back far in the field is going to just get thrown down.
5 wide receivers. Lewandula in the shotgun. Weak pressure on the outside by the secondary. Wow! Lewandula shifting around the pocket, evades a sack, but Tristan Hatley's going to get a second interception of the day. Spins to the outside. Almost breaks it, but gets it past midfield down to the 41-yard line.
Huge interception right there. Tristan Halley has had his hands on all these air balls this entire game. Been calling number 22, won this ball time after time after time. And this time he does get his hand on it. And that was really going to be hoping, maybe for a defensive end of this game from a pick six. But at least the pick happened. And now we got to see what Carolina can do with this ball.
Yeah, and I liked on the replay. How you saw his player recognition where he realized where the ball was going. He just stepped in and waited, and the ball hit him right in the hands. It's just beautiful route recognition by the safety. So from the 41, Sully hands off to Logan Jack, who works forward, gets 6. Kane Vasquez makes the tackle.
A nice pickup of 6 yards. Logan Jack's making some work. Maybe he can break out a bit more in this overtime. Maybe have a little fire under him and keeps the ball moving.
Showing they want to run, but they've been throwing out of it. Oh, a nice handoff to Logan Jack. A little bit of misdirection, and he gets the first down a little bit more. Kane Vasquez again.
Yeah. Run after run. Logan Jack cannot question the product that he's giving out right now. Getting the first down, they're moving him down the field. And if Seattle's not careful, Carolina can end up coming back and now winning this game in overtime.
24 carries, 91 yards, 3.8 average. That's totally acceptable. Given this vanilla offense, you're trying to figure out what's working for you. That's a productive day from your running back. Again, showing that they want to run the ball. Only one wide receiver out there, and another handoff up the middle. as the fullback Tony Zelma gets a carry, picks up 5, a decent carry for the fullback.
Yeah, I really thought Zomo had a great opening right there, but the secondary came crashing into him as they've been bound to do a few times this game and just trucked him. A great pick of 5 is someone we don't see very often get played in the game besides being a blocker.
Yeah, some teams, you got to scheme them in. You got to figure out how to get them involved. A quick drop from Richardson, throws it over the middle, is complete, and gets the first down to the 12-yard line. Terry Siebert.
And this is the SFL, so sudden death, they could end this right here with a quick redemption field goal kick by Wally Herman.
Yeah, and I know that would make Wally Herman's night to come in here as a rookie and pretty much your first, chance to be on the field, make an impact for your team. You win the game. So let's see if he's got ice in his veins. This is his moment, his opportunity to shine. From the 12, that's going to be a 29, 30-yard field goal. High snap, but it's a good hold, almost blocked. And Herman wins it for his team, a 28-yarder. And the Skyhawks are going to walk away with a victory, a big victory, and a huge boost to their preseason and their season outlook overall.
Yeah, that was a great feeling for the Rook. You get to kick the game-winning field goal, and it's game over after that. Your team is really happy they got you onto the team at that point. They signed you as a star, and both teams pulling out a great stop tonight. Generic playbook may be, but this game was not generic.
Absolutely not. Bunch of action. Some great deep passes down the field. A little bit of a surprise in the running game, but we expected to see some good runs. It was just Logan Jack that provided those runs tonight, not Zach Sandlin. But I was really, to me, MVP. I know Tristan Hatley had the 2 interceptions. That was great. But for me, I liked Sully Richardson's performance tonight. I wanted to see that early in the game. I wanted to see him progress and take control of his offense. Struggled a little bit. Had a couple of, I would say, not the greatest throws in the world. He threw a duck earlier, but it wasn't pretty, but it was caught. And that was the thing. He had some magic. He had his mojo going tonight. And I think if the Skyhawks are going to be successful, he's got to take control of the offense. They have a good defense. Now the offense has to figure out their woes, and I think they can watch some wins fall into the category if he progresses and moves this team forward.
I completely agree with you, though. I would say I loved the performance Shea Carroll had today, as well as Tariq Prasad.
Yeah,
Shea Carroll, though, both of them were massive and integral to this game. All of Carolina's points, they really came out today. Shea Carroll, 2 touchdowns, and he had the 2 touchdowns, but he also had that one great catch that came off as a super surprise off the hands of Harish Prasad that I did not see coming, and I thought was just some great player presence coming over from another team and really having this connection with Sully Richardson. Game 1 preseason doesn't count yet, but you're already working on that connection and have that repertoire with your quarterback. I think the whole offense is great, but I really want to shout out to this defense, as Carolina's defense is putting some giant pressure on Zach Stanley and the whole pocket for Logan Dulo.
I knew I wasn't gonna get to it. I wanted to give a shout out. We are gonna recognize Sully Richardson, but I did want to give a shout out because my defensive MVP of this game was Jukin Rukin, 100%. From start to finish in this game, he was making his presence felt and his presence known on the Skyhawks offense. So for me, even though Tristan Hatley had the sexy plays, I would take Jukin Rukin's performance every single game. That would be the guy that I would want. So Seattle's got something to look forward to with their defensive line. Adding Ghibli, having Denzel Maverick, having Jukin Rukin. They got stuff to be excited about going into this season, trying to build off of their last season, falling short in the playoffs. I think it was a great showing here tonight, man. It was a great performance from both teams. And again, Sully Richardson, player of the game, congratulations, sir. And it was a well-deserved award for tonight. Dan, you have any closing thoughts before I wrap us up?
Nope, that was a great game. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope to see y'all next week in week 1.
All right, we are the Simulation Football League. I'm Steven Hacker. He's Dan Mitchell. Along with us on stats tonight was Robert Garrett Jr. and Dave Axis. Thanks, guys, for being here. Cameron Irvine did a great job on production tonight. We will see all you guys in the chat. Have a good one.